If you've ever tried to plan a biking route using Google Maps only to find that the road it routes you down, yes, technically has a bike lane, but that bike lane is a tiny sliver of paint next to 6 lanes of 50-mile-an-hour traffic, this video's for you. Let me turn you on to my favorite route planning tool, Cycle.Travel. If you're new to this channel, my name is Andrew. I'm a cyclist in New York, and I love exploring bike culture in cities across the US and beyond. If that sounds like your jam, I hope you'll hit the subscribe button and join me on that journey. Cycle.Travel is a route planning tool that has quickly become my favorite amongst the many options out there. Rather than taking you down the most popular route or defaulting to whatever road happens to have a bike lane, Cycle.Travel is built around one key principle: routing you down the roads with the least amount of cars. I first came across Cycle.Travel when a friend in New York, shout out Katie, told me about it as I was planning my trip from New York to Florida. And it ended up being the primary tool I used when planning this trip. Once I saw the routes it generated, genuinely quiet, peaceful lanes, I was hooked. It's free, it integrates smoothly with my Garmin Edge 540, and it's honestly a hidden gem for anyone who enjoys taking the scenic route. All right, let me show you why I love Cycle.Travel and how I use it to plan routes both short and long. To start, head to Cycle.Travel in your web browser. That's it. There's no .com, .org, Cycle.Travel. It's one of those cool new domain names. You can do everything pretty much straight from the browser version, even on your phone, although they do have an app. We'll talk about that in a little bit. You don't even need to sign in or create an account. You can actually use it all for free without even signing up, but you won't be able to save your routes. For detailed planning, I'd recommend using the desktop screen. It's cleaner and gives you a lot more map real estate to play with. So like I said, you don't need to sign up to test it out, but creating a free account will let you save routes, view your history, and export to various formats later on. There's no upselling, no paid tiers, just solid route planning that works. To get started, you can either type in your starting point, either a specific location or just a city, your destination, or head straight to the map and just start dropping pins. Now, the thing that separates Cycle.Travel from pretty much every other tool out there is that it pulls in real traffic data and deliberately steers you away from busy roads. That means no multi-lane highways unless absolutely unavoidable. Instead, you get winding lanes, bike paths, canal tow paths, all the good stuff. Now, this does mean you will get longer routes and sometimes significantly. This was something I had to account for on my bikepacking trip when I really had to make miles count. However, I will say anytime I deviated from its suggested route, I ended up regretting it as I white-knuckled down highway shoulders. So let's say I'm planning a nice little coastal route from Highlands, New Jersey to Wildwood, New Jersey. I enter both points and right away, Cycle.Travel suggests a route that weaves through neighborhood roads and avoiding the highway entirely. It even throws in a few scenic bike paths where possible. I can then drag the line manually to tweak it. In my case, I wanted to stay by the beach as much as I could. You can also tell the tool to stick only to paved roads or allow it to include potential gravel routes. If you're planning a long route like this one, Cycle.Travel can also suggest overnight spots and pull up accommodations near your route. You can filter by chain hotels, independent hotels, or campgrounds. Click this elevation icon and you get an elevation map of your route, and it will show you on the route where the climbs are so you can prepare your legs. It also gives you this handy route summary that breaks down how much of the route is paved versus unpaved and how many miles you'll be on busy streets. You can also flip the origin and destination points with one click so you can get directions back home. Another fun feature, if you click anywhere on the route, you have the option to open the Google Street View for that exact point so you can see exactly what the road looks like, which really comes in handy when you're deciding which paths to take. Now, let's say I wanted to add a detour to Atlantic City on this trip and try my hands at the roulette tables. I can add a waypoint either in the middle or end of my route by searching for the location or by clicking and dragging the route. If I change my mind, I simply click the waypoint and select Remove Via. If you need some inspiration, Cycle.Travel can also suggest routes from a starting point. You can choose a circular route, a ride to a local pub or cafe, or to nearby campgrounds. This is pretty fun to play with if you're looking to get some miles on a weekend and explore some scenic roads around you. By far, my favorite feature of this tool is the integration with the Garmin Connect app. By clicking the GPS button, I have the option to either export my route as a GPX file or send it straight to my Garmin Edge by clicking Send to Garmin Connect. Of course, you'll need to log into your Garmin account and give Cycle.Travel permission to edit your courses, but I have found this to be the absolute fastest way to get my route onto my bike computer, even on the go when I don't have my laptop. You can also save all your routes to come back to later, and anything you save on your web browser will also save to the app, provided you're logged into both, though I should note that you don't actually have to log in or create an account to use the tool. You just won't be able to save anything. Another absolutely crazy feature is if you click on the route and then select Find Photos, Cycle.Travel will find photos from Wikipedia Commons near that location that you selected. I'm not even quite sure how this works. I think it's something about OpenStreetMaps, but it is so cool. So in addition to the Google Street View, you can also see photos that people have taken of this area and added it to Wikipedia Commons. I mean, look at this. I'm going to click this route in the middle of the Jersey Pine Barrens, hit Find Photos, and boom, view west along Burlington County Route 532. Great. So when I was bike packing, I didn't bring my laptop, so I really needed a tool that was mobile friendly, and Cycle.Travel delivers. They have an app which is also free and features most of the same tools as the website. However, I have found it to be a little bit buggy, but it's pretty useful for navigating on the go. You can either search for a location and navigate there. You can hold your finger on the map and navigate to a location. Of course, you can also pull up all of your saved routes and use it to navigate. But I honestly rarely do this and typically just use my Garmin. So let's say I route to Central Park. I can then hit save, send to Garmin Connect, and it's going to send it to my Garmin. Ta-da! While everything about the tool is free to use, you'll notice on the app and website that there is a small support button which allows you to contribute a few bucks a month to keep the tool running. And if you're getting a lot of value out of it, I really recommend doing that. Speaking of which, if you're enjoying this video and want to see more content about bike culture in cities all over the US, I hope you'll support the channel by subscribing and hitting like on this video. You can also join my Patreon for just $5 a month. I don't really have any special access or benefits to offer right now, but I will give you a shout out in all my videos. So my Patreon thank yous this month go out to Matt, Josh, Asif, Shyler, DR, and Benny. Thank you guys so much for your continued support of the channel. So there you have it, Cycle.Travel. Besides being a really powerful navigation tool, it has also quickly become my favorite procrastination website as I plug around and make up routes all over the world of places I'd like to go one day. Give it a shot yourself, and if you've built some fun looking routes, I hope you'll share them in the comments. I would love to see where you're planning to go next.